Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Ordinary Council meeting of Wednesday, 17th September 2025. In the spirit of open, accessible and transparent government, Berrigan Shire Council's meetings are recorded. By speaking at a council meeting, members of the public agree to being recorded. Berrigan Shire Council accepts no liability for any defamatory, discriminatory or offensive remarks or gestures that are made during the course of the council meeting. Opinions expressed or statements made by individuals are the opinions or statements of those individuals and do not imply any form of endorsement by Berrigan Shire Council. Confidential matters of council will not be recorded. Recordings are protected by copyright and owned by Berrigan Shire Council. No part may be copied, recorded, reproduced or transmitted without the prior written consent of the CEO. Any recording is not and shall not be taken to be an official record of Berrigan Shire Council meetings or the discussion depicted therein. Only the official minutes may be relied upon as an official record of the meeting. A recording of the council meeting will be taken for administrative and minute preparation purposes only and is provided to public for listening purposes to support council's statutory obligations. Berrigan Shire Council acknowledges the traditional custodians of the lands in which we live and thrive. We pay our respects to their elders, past, present and emerging. The people of these great nations, their spirits and ancestors will always remain with our waterways and lands. We have no apologies or leave of absence for today. Do we have any applications for leave of absence? No. Attendance via audio-visual link. We have myself. Could I get someone to move that, please? Councillor Payne, second that. Councillor Ngardakoa, all in favour? Thank you, carried. Item 4, we have the confirmation of the previous minutes. The recommendation is that the minutes of the Ordinary Council meeting held on Wednesday, 20 August be confirmed. Do we have a mover? Councillor Stringer, a seconder. Councillor Brooker, all in favour of accepting those minutes? Thank you, carried. Do we have any disclosures of interest? No, we have no mayoral minutes. And we have no reports of committee. Okay, we're up to item 8 being the reports to council. Items 8.1 through to 8.8 are receive and note matters. Do we have a mover and seconder to move the receive and note in accordance with the recommendations stated in the agenda? Councillor Brooker, thank you. Seconder? Yep. Councillor Ngardakoa, thank you. We'll go through them individually in case anyone has any items to raise. 8.1 being the operational plan for quarter 4. Anyone? No. 8.2 administration of the by-election last November. 8.3 council law requests for August. 8.4 is development determinations for August. 8.5 is actions from previous meetings. 8.6 is our investment report for August. 8.7 are the council law expenses for 24-25. And 8.8 is our correspondence register. Okay, all in favour in receiving and noting in accordance with the recommendations in the agenda? Thank you, carried. Okay, we're up to item 8.9, which is a leases to be signed under seal. The recommendation is that council authorise its seal to be affixed to the following leases in the presence of 2 signatories authorised to affix the seal pursuant to clause 400 of the Local Government General Regulation 2021, being for part 91 to 97 Hennessy Street, Tocumwal to Amplitel Proprietary Limited. Do we have a mover? Councillor Stringer, a seconder. Councillor Brooker, any questions or comments? All in favour of that recommendation? Thank you, carried. We're up to item 8.10, which are CCTV cameras in public areas. We have a recommendation that Council receive and note the CCTV cameras in public areas report for September 2025 in response to the Council motion of July 2025 and the retirement of previous outstanding resolutions on this matter. That Council receive a report to the November 2025 Council meeting on the current status and issues in relation to the installation and management of CCTV cameras at Council facilities by Section 355 committees. That officers undertake a review of the CCTV surveillance policy and the report is to be provided to the February 2026 meeting of Council. That $40,000 be notionally attributed to the 26-27 annual budget for consideration for the implementation of 8 CCTV cameras and associated infrastructure and maintenance, and a plan on a page be developed. I'm happy to move this, but I'd also like to move 2 more items as an amendment to the recommendation. That being the implementation of a register immediately of all damage and theft relating to the 8 proposed CCTV sites, and that we ensure that all malicious damage and theft at those sites is reported to the police. So I'll move that recommendation with those 2 amendments. Do we have a seconder?
Yep.
Councillor Ngardakoa. Okay, does anyone have any questions or comments?
I've just got one, just in relation to the CCTV at the showgrounds. That obviously I'm down there in the food share building, so there's actually one inside the food share building, along with outside the food share building. Along with, obviously, there's other cameras around the site. Just wanting to, I guess, understand whether Council is actually informed about that, because me as a food share user wasn't, or facilitator. So I just wanted to know if Shire was, obviously you've got the information, but were we informed, do we get informed, I guess, from these 355 committees before they do it, that it's happening?
Well, it should be. We should be notified. I wasn't aware that there was a CCTV camera there. I don't know if Gary was.
And if I could, where's that information going?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
I believe the Showgrounds Committee, they did do this in consultation with Shire, but I believe it's the Showgrounds Committee. There's maybe 1 or 2 people that have the access to the, potentially. I don't know where it's stored.
The CEO has something to say on the matter.
Just in relation to this is why we've got part 2 of the recommendation, because we recognise when we were discussing this and putting it together, there's a whole range of issues and elements around the Section 355 committees, and we wanted to try and get an overall council direction in relation to the CCTV and come back to you on this, because we identified some areas that we need to understand and to then bring it back to you.
Yep.
So we'll take on board, any comments that councillors have in relation to, or feedback in relation to 355. More than happy to take those today. And we'll note those because that will help inform us.
Yeah, it was
Councillor,
sorry,
go ahead. Go ahead, Councillor.
like it was noted in the report that there's 13 cameras at the showgrounds.
Correct.
Yep.
That can be expanded to 32. So was just clarifying, because where is the, food share is relatively anonymous. So having it, I don't have an issue with having cameras on the outsides of the buildings, but there's one in the room as well. So it's just sort of a little bit of a privacy, confidentiality, I think, is probably more than a privacy issue, but concern from that perspective. But
Just one further question
Yep.
to the Mayor. That is the 8 current CCTV sites in the amendment?
It's the 8 that are proposed for the budget.
Proposed, okay, that's good. Just wanted to make the 8
Yep.
proposed CCTVs. Yep.
Yep. Councillor Hannan.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I'm not against the recommendation as such, but just noting the police report that we are in a low crime area, and understanding that somebody else, you know, we will get this administered, or this sorry, I've lost my words there for a minute. You know what I mean? Like the recordings will be administered by somebody else. I think we need to be careful about, you know, because there will be other community organisations that come to us that want CCTV in our communities. And whilst I appreciate that our water towers are our, you know, pretty big assets on our books, it's not the same as somebody getting hit in the main street of a town, or somebody being, you know, broken into their house, or domestic violence. So I just think we need to be careful about what expectation we do put out there in the community around how much CCTV Berrigan Council will put and administer before this thing becomes a really big financial impost on our shire.
If I could just speak in relation to the motion, in putting forward that we're notionally allocating budget, we're not making a final decision, and that's one of the reasons why I've asked for a register. I'm still not satisfied that we have sufficient evidence today to make a call. So if we could start the register now, when the time comes in April, May next year, we'll be in a far better position to consider whether it is value for money and appropriate for Berrigan Shire. I just don't think we have enough. This has lingered now for 12 months. We need to just draw a line in the sand, get some evidence, and make a call when the time comes. Is anyone else? Councillor Stringer?
These 8 proposed, they're only to protect our own assets, aren't they? They're nothing to do, if somebody wants to put one on their house, good luck to them, and they can do it as they like, but it's not our problem. We're only there to protect our own assets. And the ones in the showground, are they legal?
Yes, yeah, there is signage.
I would say that that's one of the issues we would bring back Yeah. with the report on the 355 committees. There's a whole range of issues that we need to cover. Yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Well, we'll put the motion with those 2 amendments that I put up. So all in favour of the recommendation plus the 2 amendments? Thank you, carried. We're up to item 9. We're moving along super quick today. We have no notices of motion or questions with notice. We'll move to confidential matters. So could I ask for someone to move us into confidential? Councillor Payne, seconding Councillor Dennis. All in favour? Thank you. Carried.
Good on you, mate. You're a lead. We're good to go?
Good to go.
Yep, we're good to go.
Okay, thank you. In closed council discussed 3 matters. Item 10.1 was a confidential commercial matter. Item 10.2, council resolved to award tender number T04 2526 in situ pavement stabilisation for 2526 to Downer EDI Works Proprietary Limited, and to appoint the Director of Infrastructure as the contract superintendent and Operations Manager Transport as the superintendent's representative. And for item 10.3, council resolved to award tender number T05 2526 supply, delivery and spraying of bulk cutback bitumen for 2526 to Downer EDI Works Proprietary Limited, and to appoint the Director of Infrastructure as the contract superintendent and Operations Manager Transport as the superintendent's representative. We will move to motions and questions without notice. Does anyone have a question without notice or motion?
I have a question.
Councillor
without
Healy?
Notice. Just in regards to our local pools, they're all trying to get ready for the season, and there's been some mixed messaging around how they're going to be supported with that. So there has been requests over several years for sand filters to be filled and pools to be painted. Some have been told, yes, some's going to, like, sand is happening or paint is happening, and now there's a message that no sand and only 1 pool is being painted out of the 3. And I'm just wondering if we could get some clarity on what will happen before this season, before we are preparing or opening for the season, and what won't be happening. Obviously, if pools aren't being painted, our committees need to be emptying the pools, cleaning the pools out, getting ready in particular. Yeah.
I can only give you a little bit of information because Andrew Fletcher is probably the best person to give you that information. My understanding is at the moment that, yes, you're right, only 1 pool is to be painted, and that was purely around timelines, and that is the Tocumwal pool. Joey has been in discussions with them, as far as I know, around that, but it was getting the contractors in within the timeframes so the pools could be opened. And I think Tocumwal was picked as being the highest priority because it's actually flaking off and quite a risk at the moment.
Appreciate that. I think you might find at least one of the other pools might say theirs is not flaking off anymore, and it's now there's nothing
Exposed.
there is nothing to flake off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unsafe.
Okay, because I do know that this has been an ongoing request for them. So will the other 2...
That I would have to take on, I'd have to
that's
get
fine,
back to
take
you.
on.
Yeah, I can get Joey to give you an update on where that's up to.
Thank you.
No worries.
Anyone else with any questions or motions? I do have a question myself relating to the business grants. We're now in the 2nd round of the business grants, but we have done no photographs or promotion getting out there about the initiative, which makes it, I would have thought, hard to sell it to the public when we're doing a 2nd round. So can I ask what the plans are for communicating the outcomes of the 1st round and letting the community know what we've been doing?
No. You looked at your yeah. I will come back to the councillors on that one because I have to see what we've got planned and what we can do. So,
Thanks. I'd
apologies.
encourage all the councillors to get involved in Happy Snaps on this because I think it is a really good positive initiative, and we're selling ourselves short by saying nothing. Is my opinion. Anyone else with anything else?
Sorry, I did have 2.
Sure.
Andrew's not here for one. He was chasing up the internal roof tiles for the Berrigan Sports Ground. They were meant to have been replaced, all the rotten ones. Yes. Yep. After the water leak, there's still quite a lot that are damaged. And my other question is in relation to Facebook and the council posts. Are the comments and issues that are raised on those posts logged? For instance, there's one about 118 Denison Street, Finley water leak that's been an ongoing issue, and there's another one on there where they've stated that they've had numerous meetings with council staff and still nothing has come of it. So I just want to know whether or not we're actually reading these and logging these issues, or what happens up there.
Normally
Thanks.
we would obviously monitor them, mainly for any inappropriate comments, which we obviously edit. The rest we would take on board as general feedback, to be honest. We don't, unless there's a formal request from someone who makes the effort to write to us or ring us or email us, it's just commentary.
Had previously been stated, I believe, on the Facebook page too, that the comments aren't actually actioned, and if you have a comment that you should log it through the proper channels.
Yeah.
I had read that once before.
Yeah.
Might need to put that out there again.
Yeah. The reality is with Facebook, etc., and this is more of a general comment, not just about us, is people often go onto Facebook and they make a comment and they've forgotten about it straight away. That's their comment in the minute and they move on. Whereas like we will actually sit down and sometimes we'll stew over it and be upset by it. So it is very much an in the moment medium, if you like, for me. So, but we do monitor it though and have a look at what people are commenting about, because if there is a big issue happening, clearly I would always go and ask the relevant director, what are we doing on this? And then we'd probably talk to the mayor. So,
That's right. No worries. Thank you.
Excellent. Anybody else? All right, thank you. We'll move to the Mayor's report. So this one is relatively brief this month. So on the 2nd of September, I met with MacArthur about our CEO recruitment. 3rd of September, we had our professional development workshop. 4th of September, I met with the ambulance steering committee. They're starting to become disheartened, but they are continuing engagement, and I've got a few meetings set up with various politicians to continue to push this matter, particularly as we move to an election, state election in March 2027. 9th of September, I met again with MacArthur about a CEO recruitment. Also had the Barooga Advancement Group AGM, and I think I heard John talk about TCDC and being re-elected 3 times. I think I've done the same now, John, so congratulations. And on the 12th of September, we met with Frank, Mark and I met with Frank from Helen Dalton's office. We discussed the initiative from Helen in relation to the split of Murrumbidgee Local Health District, which she's pushing forward, and there is minimal information available currently. I have indicated that we will need more information to consider the matter, as will our community. We also discussed some of the matters that we have already discussed among ourselves in relation to the upcoming changes to the Code of Meeting Practice in January, and what that might mean specifically for encouraging councillor involvement into the future with some of the limitations that are coming through. And that's all from me this month. Do we have a mover of my report? Thank you, Councillor Ngātakoa, a seconder. Councillor Hannan, thank you. All in favour of accepting my report? Thank you, everyone. Carried. I'll go around the table as I see it. So Councillor Hannan, have you got anything to report?
No, nothing.
No. Thank you. Councillor Dennis?
No, thank you.
Councillor Ngātakoa?
So I attended on the 27th of August the Chanter Street undergrounding stakeholder meeting. So that was actually quite interesting, and just to sort of have the feedback from the community, put some names to faces as well. So that was really good. On the 29th of August, went to the MDBA breakfast. Ducked in and out with that one. But that was a good chance to sort of, again, put faces to names and give a little bit of input, even though I don't have as much to say on water. I'm learning about it. On the 3rd of September, we had the development session. From the 4th to the 7th of September, I attended Algwa in Griffith. So that was a very eye-opening conference for me to go to by myself. But it was quite good. The panel discussions and the keynote speakers and everything were quite engaging and quite good. So that was a successful weekend, I think, for me. Then on the 9th of September, we had the CEO recruitment meeting online, and then today's council meeting. So a busy month for me.
Thank you, Councillor Natikoa. Councillor Payne?
I also attended the underground power line meeting here in Berrigan. It was nice to see a lot of relieved faces for the cost coverage. Also, I would like to speak on behalf of council and note with sadness the recent passing of former employee Alan Hurd, who dedicated over 20 years of service to Berrigan Shire. His long-standing commitment and contribution to the organisation and community will be sincerely acknowledged. On behalf of the council, we extend our deepest sympathies to his family, friends and former colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Payne. Councillor Brooker?
I had a fairly quietish month. The 21st of August, I attended online the traffic committee. On the 27th of August, I did an online with the Rural Fire Service. On the 29th, I had the MDBA meeting in Finley, which was very insightful and lots of good contributions, I would say. Then on the 3rd of September, I had the development workshop. The 9th of September, the discussions with MacArthur, the Baruga Advancement Group AGM, and here today.
Thank you, Councillor Brooker. Councillor Healy?
Aside from Berrigan War Memorial Pool meeting, have missed some Tidy Towns meeting, but been in regular contact with them. Just an update on the Southern Riverina Wellbeing Collaborative. On the weekend, they held a walk for Lifeline and raised over $1,200 for that organisation, and probably had about 70 community members walking the lake. We've had Finley High School have received some programs. They've had an organisation come in and work with their Year 10s to Year 12 students across the school. This evening they're supporting an event. Finley, a local member of the Finley community has organised Mary O'Brien from Are You Bogged Mate to come and speak at the Finley Rec Reserve. I think at 7:30 if anybody is listening and would like to go along, and so the collaborative will be there with some information and support for community members around mental health, and they have one of the members being trained as a facilitator in teen mental health first aid to roll that out with the students at Finley High School over the next few years, just some of the work that they've been doing. And of course this weekend in Berrigan we have the RFS 125th year celebration on Saturday to go to as well.
Thank you, Councillor Healy. Councillor Stringer?
Nothing for me.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Something I did fail to mention, you may have noted that I sent a letter to Senator Deborah O'Neill requesting assistance in getting a meeting with Minister Murray Watt, the Minister responsible for water and environment, and we have received a very promising reply that we hope to receive an invitation to meet with the Minister before the end of the year. So that is promising. And also I am actually meeting with Polly on Friday while I'm here in Canberra in relation to health matters and the ambulance. So I should have more to report on that next meeting. So thank you, everyone. That's a very quick meeting. This concludes our ordinary council meeting of Wednesday, 17th of September. And our next meeting will be Wednesday, 15th of October. Also, question time starts at 4:30 p.m. at the council chambers. There being no further business, we'll close our meeting at 5:22 p.m. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks,